football way back in 1966 as EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Oakland, California. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup here in Week 3 between the Baltimore Ravens and the Oakland Raiders. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. As we get a look at a guy who grew up in Florida, played his college ball, of course, in Louisville. It's the electric Lamar Jackson. Jackson on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State. It's the Pro Bowler, Derek Carr.
It's been fun to watch Derek Carr grow as a pro. When he was a rookie, they tried to game plan around him so that he didn't have too much responsibility. Now, I don't think they can heap enough things on his shoulders because they know he can handle them.
Check Mike 99, Mike 99. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. 694. Mike 99, Mike 99. Here we go, here we go.
On first down, Carr. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jalen Ferguson. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Hey, 734.
Now Carr. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
White. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
From midfield, here's Carr. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays. You kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Boy, you go 3 and out on your first drive, and that's not the way you want to start this drive either. Doesn't seem like they're really into it just yet.
No, first 4 plays, you don't want to call it a disaster, but not looking very sharp. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
They've got to do a better job up front and create some space because they're right there, almost literally on their own goal line.
Just a couple of feet away from a safety. That could have been disastrous. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, when we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
And now this pass brought in by Brown. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Carr now on first down. Catch made, it's Moreau. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. On your screen now, here are the offensive starters. At wideout, Antonio Brown is certainly someone that the defense always has to account for.
Without a doubt, a true number 1 receiver. It doesn't matter to him how defenses want to cover him. He sees it as a challenge and knows how to defeat him.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal.
I'm going back to you.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
55, 55. All day, baby, all day. 6-18.
Shotgun now for Carr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 20. Seven-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson. He finds Roberts, complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 55 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
Carr now on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. And he'll find Moreau here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Get 1, Raider 1. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Check Raider 1.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They ended up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. From the gun, Jackson. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Corey Littleton there on the tackle. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson, he's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Hill. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Throwing is Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar there to make the grab as the Ravens push further out in front. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, they had to feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. To throw is Carr. Out to the left, that's where the tight end Moreau is. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. These offensive starters still out there in the 2nd quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the 3rd quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the 3rd quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the 4th quarter.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Carr completes it. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Carr signaling to his guys, let's go here. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he gets it down to the 32. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. The Raiders try to move quickly, trying to get everybody back to the line. This will be caught by Brown. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He connected on his first, this from 41. Seibert able to knock this one through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
In our game, expect to see the starters for at least one more drive. Something to look forward to as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Most teams in the league hitting the 3-quarter pole in the preseason. The whole league will be in action next Thursday night to wrap it all up. And then we start for real a week after that with the NFL kickoff game.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Carr to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Carr now, 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. Got a man, it's Brown. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
On 2nd and 12, Carr. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
26 Mike, 26 Mike. All day, every day, any day.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. It's caught. Nelson. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 23.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Now Carr. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. It's a jet sweep. This is Renfro. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hey. You got 3. Three down.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs there to make the grab as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
From the gun, Carr in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to, I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Jackson from the shotgun. Roberts got it. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Kill. Hey, exit.
From the 44. Carr, incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's third down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Carr. And that is incomplete. A former first-round pick, Marlon Humphrey, there to get a hand on it.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 60 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Now Jackson firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. And an alley to run. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. First down. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out as the Ravens push further out in front. Well, they weren't messing around. First and goal, they don't do anything fancy. They just go to the fullback right away.
I like how you phrase that because oftentimes they come back to the fullback when it's late in the down and distance count, right? In this case, first down, let's go get it right now.
And he got it, 6 points on the board. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Back to throw. Kennedy J.J. Nelson, the intended target. That'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Watch right. You don't want this.
Throwing again. Kennedy finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Kennedy. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 27-yard line. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll make it a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2nd and 4. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
The drive starts with a completion left side, and they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And again this time to the tailback. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. This is taken at the 15. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near-perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Kennedy. Hard throw. Incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And now a hook up downfield on 2nd down. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
It's just me and you. Oh. 29 is the mic. Mike 29.
On 1st and 10, Kennedy. It's caught. Mitchell. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 2nd and 6.
And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Kennedy. He's got a man. It's Mitchell. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Looking to throw. Kennedy. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Mike 29.
To throw on 2nd down. Kennedy. Forced out to his left. They're hauling it in, Nelson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back.
Check Mike 99. Mike 99. Don't get up.
Back to throw. Kennedy under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Looking to throw. Kennedy. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Following the penalty, it's Hill. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Again, it's Hill. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Here's Sam Cook now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Buying time to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger. and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the